Hey, welcome back, everybody. Future Loki here again, introing part two of episode 5, which we're now calling episode 6, where we talk about and build our storage system. Finally, it's so nice to have it. So let's not waste any time and go check that out. Keep in mind, I was still sick at this time because this is about a week or two ago, but I'm much better now. So enjoy. All right, so I've made a little bit of progress in the effort to get a storage system put together. So you may remember these stairs. Well, now they go somewhere. Still haven't moved that yet. So we go on down into our dark and somewhat cramped hallway, and this is the area that I've cleared up for my storage system, which is pretty large. And looks like I missed some. How'd I miss all this copper? Well, I need to go get that. Anyways, so we've got some pretty deep hallways here. I'm thinking we're gonna have, maybe some regular storage on the sides and then bulk storage on the back. But unfortunately, this also ran into some of the areas that we already had, including my access to my mine. So I may need to, well, I am gonna need to move this and relocate that somewhere else. So, um, hmm, gonna have to figure that out. Also, I'm gonna need a new room to oxidize my copper in because also cutting into that. So it's gonna be a little bit more progress or a little bit more work to get it done, and then I'll have to figure out how I'm gonna relocate this. Eventually, though, with the mine situation, I do want more of an official entrance. So we're gonna actually be doing a build later on with an actual industrial machine pulling stuff out of the earth type of thing. So um looking forward to doing that. And that'll be kind of a way to hide this entrance to the mine. And actually I'll have it where it'll be a big pit where you can kind of fly down into it and stuff. So that'll be coming soon. But right now I gotta relocate that. Because also that's down to my slime farm as well. And yeah. So I don't think it'll be that big a deal. I think what I can do though is, since the center area is going to be open, probably just have an access hatch towards the back of the sorting or the sorting system area. I don't know if I'm going to have chests on the back wall here. So we always do like some sort of like thing to like a pathway down or something like that. And then of course with the bees, those are getting moved into the nether at some point soon. So that's not a problem there either. And then we'll just make a new room for the oxidation. Probably going to need to be a lot larger anyways, and probably going to need to be closer to the copper farm when we get around to that. In the meantime, I really don't like bats being in my area. Come on. What's funny is they die so accidentally from everything else, but when you want to kill them, they're just hard to kill. Ooh, bad. Hey there, and welcome back. And I know it's been instantaneous for you, but it's been several days for me. And so I went ahead and put together that sorting system and that storage room. Still haven't moved the iron farm yet. So let's take a look at it. So going down into our access tunnel here, I wanted to make it look very industrial. So we have all these pipes with steam and stuff coming off of them. Some of them are leaking a little bit because, it happens. It's not well maintained. We've got our industrial waste in here. Also, you can kind of hear the sounds of machines going. And into this grand room with all sorts of pipes going all sorts of which ways. And we have this giant gear kind of fountain thing in the bottom here. So this is going to be our input for our multi-item sorting system. And this is that completed room. So we have quite a few different sections here. I don't remember the exact count. I believe it's like 36, 38 different slices for this. And so the way this works is we've got different sections that will sort out a variety of items into there. So we have all of our glass in one spot, concrete and concrete powder at some point. This is empty, but it's terracotta. We've got wool and carpets. dyes, grass, all the different, wood types and all the different stairs and fences and whatnot from there. So we have a lot of different slices for all of that. And then the things I need more bulk quantities of, like stone and whatnot, we have over here in these storage silos. So these storage silos I actually created myself. The original designs that I was looking at, and this is very much inspired by Bugatti and also Mazuma Games. So Mazuma Games is the one that designed the actual multi-item sorting system that's being used here, and this has been used by lots of different hermits. All sorts of people have been using it, and we can take a look at this real fast. But this real quick, these um, storage silos I actually created custom because the ones that Bugatti was using were 4 wide, and I wanted something that was narrower so I can fit more in there. So I actually got it down to 3 wide. The only caveat is the bottom three read the hopper is going into the back. That's what indicates the light here. So once this chest is full and that hopper is full, then the light comes on. This last one up top, though, reads from the chest. So it's a little bit different, but I mean, it's basically the same concept. And it allows me to fit a lot more in here. Whereas he had, I think, 3 going across. I managed to 5. And then on top of that, I have a lot more. So we have our cobblestone, stone, cobble, deep slate, sand, gravel, and then all of our different log types going on down there. What else? So let's real quickly take a look at the actual inner workings here. So the way this multi-item sorting system works is we toss in stuff into that input chest. Well, it's not an input chest, but input area. So this goes down into a system down below that unpacks shulker boxes. It also will take in raw items as well. So what I did is we have access down here. So once we throw all that stuff in there, it goes way down the bottom here into this system. And what this does then is it does a few things. It separates the shulker boxes from the non-shulker box items. So those all come down through here. The shulker boxes get dispensed right here and they unload. Anything that's not a shulker box goes through the item stream and meets up with this stuff right here. Now, if we send a shulker box through that is completely full, it actually gets sent off completely intact to a section where it's complete shulker boxes. And the purpose of that is more having, like, say if I have a shulker box completely full of stone, then I want it all to be together. If I intend on having that all separated out and split into different things, then you'll need to remove one of the items from the shulker box to get it to work. So I have all that. And then, so that all gets separated out and then goes into these water streams, which sends it back up to the top. So let's head back up there again. And I'm going to show you some of the differences I have here. Okay, so once that comes up through this water stream, so this is mainly the one we're talking about here because this is the one that's dealing with our multi-item sorting system. Hello, Enderman. Must be raining outside. They tend to come in here. Let's hop up. I probably need to go around again. Dang it. Here we go. Let's hop up so we can take a look. All the way down at the end here. Okay, so once that comes in through this water stream, it then hits these hoppers. Now, these hoppers go through a non-stackable item filter. So this is something that I added into the system that wasn't part of the original design. The reason for that is whenever I had a non-stackable item come through, it was causing things to fail inside of here because the redstone signal from a comparator with the non-stackable items was causing issues with the system. So what I tend to do,
is I separate those all out. Those get kicked into another dispense or a dropper water stream that goes all the way through here and basically bypasses this multi-item sorting system and then throws it back into the hopper chain um, once it gets past this sorting system so they can go to the unstackables area. Everything else though then goes around here. These are all hoppers underneath all these composters, and then that ends up in these two chests. Once this chest has things in it, although we do have glowing sacks, so I can kind of show you this because the reason we have glowing here is anything that we build redstone with water streams in a cave or below a certain level ends up becoming a glow squid farm. So much like my slime farm is also a glow squid farm, this is as well. So I'm going to ahead and take this out because these have been coming in one at a time and not like very fast. It hasn't triggered this cart to go yet. So when I drop these back in here, you'll see the system will activate. And so what's happening now is now this minecart is going along here and it's trying to pull out the filter item for the thing that's in the slot there. So the way the minecart's set up, the hopper minecart, the first space in there is actually empty, and then the rest have wooden swords in them to prevent things dropping in there. So it's really only one spot that can fit items in. And so what it does is once it grabs, whatever's available with that one item, see, so you can see the swords here, and the swords are going to drop out. That's going to go into this section here, which there's a dummy item that gets put in that first slot. And then the swords will be right after that. Can't really reach that there, but then it resets our nice little hopper minecart. Okay, so anyways, I'm getting distracted here. So what it tries to do when it goes along here is whatever is inside of there, it doesn't fill it up completely. It will try to pull out the filter items that are in here. So this is how you set your can't talk. Your multi-item sorting system. You put all of the different items that you want sorted out inside here, and then you have a couple water bottles and a bunch of filter items that help with the comparative level. So what's going to happen is when it goes over this, say I have redstone dust in there, it's going to pull this redstone dust out of there. What that does is that unlocks these hoppers right here. And then right now, all of these other hoppers are locked. So it's only going to unlock one of these hoppers in the sorting system. So once it unlocks that hopper, it goes all the way around here. It'll come back, it'll dump off the items, and then it will replace the filter item back into the system. It's really crazy how it works. I'm much smarter people came up with this design, but it's amazing. It's so great because it's just like your normal item filter, but you can do multiple items. So I have redstone stuff. I split up my stones, so I have like reddish stone colors. I have the grayish stones, but it allows you to kind of put more than one item in there because a lot of times you don't need necessarily a bunch of double chests for, say, seeds or crafting tables. You don't need all that, and so normally you have to manually filter the stuff out. Now, a few things you got to keep in mind though with this is you got to be careful with how the item stacks. So if it's an item that stacks to 16 and not 64, then you have to remove 3 of these filter sticks out. Or if it's an unstackable item like a booking quill, which I forgot was not stackable, that could cause problems too. You'll notice that there'll be stuff dropping out here. In fact, I have some filter sticks. There were some spots that were empty, so I have to go through and double check to make sure that all my filters are still set. But I think everything is fine. What else? So yeah, so that's basically how all of this stuff works. See, now this right here is concerning because this is unlocked. So this tells me that something is up. But it's not. So it looks like this dropper or something. See, there's supposed to be an stone in there, so I need to move that. Not sure how that got messed up, but that's basically the multi-item sorting system. It is just, you know, plain awesome. So some other things in here. So we got more of our industrial waste, which this is just slime with uh, glow lichen below that, and then we have our non-sortable, unstackable stuff in here. So a lot of the mini heads that I've got, all the different mine carts, cake, that type of thing. What else? Oh yeah, this is a cool thing I'm working on right now. So these are um, custom objects, just like my hat, and we're going to be decorating with that. So I've got it animated now, but I still need to finish it up a bit. It looks pretty awesome though. Oh yeah, so here's our full shulker, or more glow ink. Um, Literally just glowing everywhere. It is just unavoidable. Excuse me, I am in the middle of a video here. Um, so then here's an example of a shulker box that has, everything. It's full already, so we can. I don't think that I'm going to be storing many of those, but yeah. So as you can tell, based on all of these shulker boxes that are in here, I've actually gone through and cleaned up my entire um, shulker box monster thing. So um, it's all set. I'm organized, and you just. It's been a long time coming. So I'm very excited to now be able to get to some more projects and be able to be more organized with getting materials and whatnot. Man, there are so many Endermen in here. It's ridiculous. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room here, and that's these unfinished corridors. So the this section right here, I'm thinking once I cover this back up, this is probably going to be a super smelter. The reason for that is maybe I can have it where when I smelt the items up, they can go back in the sorting system. Maybe I can, have a switch to do that. So if I want to build, make some smooth stone or something like that, I can, create all that. And then instead of it, outputting to a chest, it can go into this water stream or something like that. Well, probably actually not this water stream because that would be bypassing the filter and the multi-item sorting system. But, we could tie it back up with this water stream or something like that. So that may be where I use for this over here. I still need to move the bee farm, and I still need to configure my slime farm and the mine stuff right now. I was able to empty out all the chests over here. Well, most of the chests. I need to come back in here and grab this stuff. Actually, it's a perfect demonstration. Let's go do that, and then we can demonstrate how this multi-item sorting system works. So eventually over here, there may be more bulk storage for, I think, some of the farm stuff they have, like slime is a perfect example of that. I'm overflowing in slime right now, and I need to have a way to store that. So slime would be something, iron. I've got tons of iron. So all those types of things. So let's just empty this all out and throw this in here. All right. Don't want to throw the filter sticks in there. That would mess things up. Okay, so I don't have room for everything, but that's fine. We can throw what we don't have room for. That always freaks me out when it doesn't. And we'll take those. All right. So the way it works is we'll come over here. And I will just start hucking things in here. So take that. Throw some obsidian in there. Take our shulker box. So that's all going to go down into the system. And we can kind of see this working a little bit. You can hear it clicking. So that's the items dispensing up there, the non-shulker box things. So those will go into the water stream. And then here's our shulker box. And now that's unloading. So that's also going into the water stream that's going to meet up with that. And then let's head up top and check it out. So the other thing I like about this too is the light show that it puts on when it's working. So you'll see that this light is going to go across until it gets to a category in which it will be dropping stuff in. Or in this case, if it's something that's not in the system, then you'll see these lights kind of go off and then go back. It just looks cool. And shoop. And did did this fix itself? No, it did not. That's probably why. So where are we at? Let's see. This is 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hopefully get to that. I don't even think I can access that with. Oh, I have to go in here. Okay. Come on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. So we're missing stone. It doesn't really have to be stone. It could be anything. Use a torch. Wait. It fixed itself. Never mind. No, redstone just has this type of... it's like my computer, you know? If I stare at it, and if I threaten it enough, it'll just fix itself. I don't know why I get too close to this, because it's going to... So you can see this stuff kind of filtering in. So once this comes back... Where'd my cart go? Oh, it's right there. So we can see that this is... Okay, so that's emptied out. You can see it's set up now with a blocker stone and then these 4 wooden swords. What's going to happen then is once it absorbs everything or pulls everything down from the chest, the blocker stone then falls into these hoppers down here, so that removes that first section again. It's very fast, but it's also slower than a normal, non-multi-item sorting system. So you can see it's emptying out the flint now, and that'll be going into this one right here, which you can see this is unlocked. And this is our, well, it's mob drops, but, where am I going to put flint? So it's then funneling into that chest. Let's not interrupt that. And mob drops. And so there's a flint. Way too much flint. This is what happens when you have efficiency or fortune on your stupid shovel. But you probably shouldn't do that. It should be silk touch. What are you going to fortune with a shovel? All right, so that's a lot of rambling on here, but and we'll see here if this goes all the way down or if this is going to stop. There you go. So that means it's going into this section right here. So we see we're getting some dirt. You can watch it work. All right, so we're back in the Nether. I wanted to show you guys the update that I made to the bee farm. So, of course, we did end up moving it under the gold farm so that I can AFK it and get my honey drops. We've also switched it over to produce honey bottles now. So those are getting collected down in here. And then, of course, we have a system that refills the bottles into the system to collect the honey as it goes along. So every time that one is dispensed through this sorting system, it then kicks one out with the dropper so that we're never running out of bottles. I really like this design. If I haven't mentioned it before, this is from ENXO4. It's his next gen honey farm. I have 8 beehives in here currently, and that is more than enough to keep me going. So already we've got a few honey blocks, or stacks of honey blocks, and it's only going to continue from there. I don't need a whole ton of these. I'll probably end up selling some of these, using some for decoration, but yeah, this will definitely be keeping us well stocked. If usually a few AFK sessions, and we're good to go for probably the rest of the series. So, and not much has really changed with the gold farm. Still haven't decorated anything. Still floating kind of in the air. And that's probably how it's going to stay, which is fine. It's just functional. Doesn't need to be pretty. And that's pretty much it. All right. So with that, we are truly out of time and finally caught up. So next episode, I don't know what we're going to do. Probably build something. That's the plan, at least. And by plan, I mean I haven't planned it yet, but that will be the plan. So let's stay tuned for that. And until next time, everybody, safe travels. Oh, hey, by the way, I've also been streaming on Twitch. Started a brand new hardcore series in 119. That's right, 119 snapshots. And it's full of skulk and warding scariness. So be sure to check that out. And of course, be sure to like and subscribe, because only about 20% of you that watch my videos are. And I don't try to ask too often, but it would really help out the channel. It costs nothing except your time, and I appreciate your time. So with that, truly thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.